What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm just making myself beautiful for today's episode of Content Fridays. This is, let me see, episode number 13. And I have some excited news, I think, regarding ContentFries 2.0 and also a couple of things that I would like to mention regarding this week and also what's in the future. But let me just go here. And before I go into this, let me share something with you that I just remembered, and this is really incredible. This is making me really laughing because this is the first version of ContentFries, or maybe we were calling it back in the day a different way. It's it's in Slovak. Okay, this site is in Slovak, and this is where it all began. Okay, this is a tool that we were using in our company, in our Slovak business for Andy Vinson. Let me show you who Andy is because I'm, talking about him quite often. And Andy is a second co-founder of ContentFries. As you can see, he has 17 or how many? Who cares? 107,000. It doesn't matter. Okay, he has basically hundreds of thousands of followers across different social media, and this tool, this is something that I was marketing director for Andy, and in 2019 January, I was unable to find some tool that would, help me in my side business and also for Andy for the content stuff that we were doing for Andy. Something that would make, subtitling simpler. And that's why I made this tool. It's something like we can translate it into something like Captionsify. Okay, some tools basically for captions, for subtitles. This tool was so simple. It was just basically some layout over API from Google. We were basically uploading videos, and that video was sent to Google to generate automatic translation and transcription. And then I was using it in this tool to generate subtitles. Okay, so there was nothing more to it. It was just a video, one text box, and in that text box you were able to modify your subtitles, and then you were able to download them in SRT file and use them in any kind of video editor or whatever. But then after a year or so, we decided to do something with it and to make it more powerful because some subtitling tool was not sufficient for our needs. And that's why we were thinking about Captionsify. And also ContentFries was basically the second kind of tool or name that we were basically brainstorming. Okay, as you can see, this is the logo. This was generated in some tool, and I kind of like this logo. Okay, but the reason why at the end of the day I didn't decided to go with this brand name with Captionsify is because I wanted to create something much more than just a tool for generating subtitles and for generating captions and stuff like that. I wanted to make something that's much more powerful that can help us with content repurposing. So you just throw one kind of content and you repurpose it into as many pieces of content as you want. And when I was thinking from the branding perspective about it, ContentFries was something. First of all, domain name was free. So this is the uploading process, how it looked back in the day in the Captionsify tool. And this was then later used in ContentFries as well. And then this is the ContentFries, the login version. And this is really funny. This is ContentFries very early version of ContentFries. There was no support for emojis, for rich text elements, so everything was just simple text with no color options, no backgrounds, no nothing. Basically, just as you can see, subtitles, progress bar, video, and texts, and that was it. This was basically not working. It was not usable. This layer subtitles section, and also, as you can see, it looks completely different now. The subtitles in the current version. When you wanted, for example, to turn one caption into more, you had to use this scissors icon and click it twice to separate this one subtitle into two pieces, and then you had to modify timings. And this is really great reminder how it was maybe 2 years back, or two years and maybe 2 months. So that's 26, if I count right, months ago. This basically was ContentFries. So that was super early, and I think when this version was alive, there was no trimmer, no quotes generator, no tools like that. Uh, Maybe even the context system was not there. Maybe even templates wasn't part of ContentFries in this version. So this is really incredible, and the reason why I'm telling you this and showing you this is so you can better understand from what background ContentFries comes from. And it was first of all to solve the problem that we had. To solve, subtitles was super time consuming part of content creation, and for people that had no team and no resources. When I was trying to replicate what I saw when we were building Andy Winson brand in my side projects, it was basically impossible for me as a solopreneur or someone who had no additional people at his disposal. So ContentFries was something that helped a lot with subtitles, and then the rest is basically history. And also, we launched it for the first version was launched in early access version. We launched it in 1st of September 2020, I think, and people had access also in August, and it was super early accessed. And those people basically believed our vision, and also some of them they had the same problem as we had. And the, this is really funny to remember all of that and all that history. And the way that we made in the last 2 years, it's incredible. And especially with the 2.0 version, that will be something that is absolutely completely different, and much more powerful than what it was back in the day, and also what it is today. And I will show you in a moment the bulk uploader that is almost completed in the 2.0 version. And also, we fixed several different stuff and bug fixes and improvements in the current version. So we are working now and fixing only, making the current version more stable and better, optimized and everything. If you have any issue, just let us know on support, and we are able to fix majority of the issues in under 24 hours. And we launched this basically in early access, in something that was special offer. It was cheap offer compared to the pricing point that we have currently. And I decided to launch it anyway, even though I knew it was buggy, slow, and exporting was crashing, and it was really not up to my standard of something that I would release to public. But I decided to do that anyway because people supported us, and I'm really super grateful for that. They believed and they understood our vision, and it was good enough for that price point to solve problem that people had. Because when you want to get subtitles or whatever, you either have to pay $1.25 or something like that and outsource that to rev.com, or maybe you can do it on yourself. But really in 2019-20, maybe tools like Happy Scribe. I think in 2019 it wasn't on the market, if I remember correctly, and maybe in 2020 it was already available, but they had only one lifetime deal, I think, and now you have to pay for hours. So the point is, it was good enough to for that price point to solve problem that people had, and we had it also. So that was a problem that we had in common, and that's something that applies to other fields as well. People often want to do something that's perfect, and I think, especially in the beginning, something that's good is much better than perfect. And when you master the craft and when you master the skill, for example, you are someone like Mr. Beast and you have millions of followers, it has people like that have a reason to release only something that's perfect. But people are often comparing themselves with legends like this, with people that are really well established, with content creation legends. But these people, they have countless years of period of years when no one knew about them, and when they were just going step after step after step, and they were crafting their skill and improving, and working on themselves and doing something. And in the beginning everyone sucks, okay, and then as you go you are better and better and better, and then you are basically good. So that's the period of time when good is better than perfect, because perfect is killer of your progress. And it was the same with ContentFries. It is the same with my English. My English still sucks even after a couple of years, but it is now much better than it was when we released ContentFries in this early version. It was terrible. I was unable to speak fluently. Now at least sometimes I can speak fluently, and I can pronounce and tell all the ideas that are hunting in my mind. So it's still not perfect, it's far from perfect, but I'm working on it to improve it. And I don't care actually what people think about my English, if they think it sucks, if they think it's not listenable, or if they think it's perfect or good, or maybe they want to have English like I have. This is nothing that motivates me, or that fuels my passion. This is nothing that I take into consideration, because if I do, it would stop me from progressing, because I would basically be stuck with other people's opinion. And I'm doing this not only to improve my English, but I'm doing this to serve people, because what is really my passion is to create software that is helping people. And it was incredible when I received messages that some people, and not just some, but there are many freelancers and agencies that are building businesses on top of ContentFries, and also people that are using ContentFries to fund their life basically. And that's something that it wasn't even in my wildest dreams. So this is incredible. And now let's just stop talking. Now I think you know enough about the background, enough from where we launched basically ContentFries and how it all began. And now to ContentFries 2.0 and to the bulk uploader. And this is something that needs more explanation, because we are still working on the backend stuff, and there are two parts basically, to make it simple. Okay, there is backend, and then there is front end. And in the backend, that's everything that you can't see, things like infrastructure and rendering servers and database structure, and all how the layout, the clicks you make communicates with our servers. That's all backend. And then it's front end, and that's basically that you see right here. And I would say maybe 90, maybe 95% of our time and efforts was going to backend, okay, last weeks. And I think now we have really wonderful, great database structure and all that was necessary to, fast forward the development of the front end. That's now, I think, almost ready, and it just feels right. And I'm super excited about that, because it will make ContentFries 2.0 future proof, or prepared for the future, and it will make it easily extendable. And we are also thinking about the extensibility from the perspective like the community can make their own plugins and extensions. And when we make this real or possible, I think there is no limit what ContentFries can become. So I'm really looking forward to that point. But now let's just see how, for example, so you can see how the workflow will work like. And don't mind these folders and stuff. This is just hard coded into the template. This is where you will have your team and the workspace. So you will be able to switch from here to any team that you want and to any different workspace. Okay, folders, I think they are self-explanatory. You can add, folders will be nested. So this is just to remind, this is something that we already covered in the first episode of Content Fridays. So you can check into that if you want. And then, for example, the bulk upload, as you can see, uploader will be active everywhere in the app. So you just drag and drop files anywhere. And when you release them, the uploader will be displayed right here. And you can set if what you are uploading is a potato or if it is a fry. And there will be also option to set maybe you will upload files, images, or maybe intro, outro videos. So basically resources, media files, something that you use in your content. Okay, so you will be able also to set that type for those different files. But those two are mandatory. Those two are primary file types that you will use the most frequently. Okay, when you start uploading, you will have this progress. You can pause or cancel upload, then choose English or whatever language you have. Enable or disable custom vocabulary, enable, disable multiple speaker recognition. Also in this section will be option to set template. So for example, you upload 10 fries in a bulk, and you in the second step you set a template for all of those, you set contexts for all of those, and then when you go to third step They should not be highlighted in the second step, obviously. But when you go to third step, you will be able to customize on the fry level. That means maybe you want to generate subtitles for 8 fries, but not for two of the fries that you are currently uploading. So in the third step, you will be able also to confirm and customize on individual item level. So that's the bulk uploader. This is something that is also that people are also asking about, and I think that would be in maybe 1 or 2 weeks. Uh, Everything should be finally connected to the database and to the backend. So that means when you upload something, you will see that in the layout in the front end, so you can work and you can assign fries to different folders and see which fries are processing, which are drafts, which are in trash, and also generate fries out of your potatoes. So we are now in a phase where we are connecting 2.0 with the current context editor, trimmer, and quote generator. So you will have everything in this layout, and you will be able to use features like workspaces and folders. And these are different phases of ContentFries 2.0 release. This is something that I was talking about in the previous episode of Content Fridays, so feel free to look into that as well. And that's everything I wanted to share with you guys. Let me just see if I have something that I have forgotten, but I don't think so. So this is really incredible, and this makes me kind of happy to see this, that we from some tool that was just basically one box, one text area, or how to call it, with subtitles and subtitles exports, all the way to the 2.0, which will be extremely powerful platform for content repurposing and content creation. Okay, so that's it. We also noticed that today there was some outage of subtitle generation. Everything is now functional and working. So this is something that we have to look into why it happened, and it happened in high demand. So we have to verify and see and fix that. This is something that didn't happen for weeks. So I think it should be simple to prevent cases like this. If you stumbled upon this issue, well, I'm sorry for that, and we will fix that for good really soon. So that's the 13th part of Content Friday. Content Fridays. Hopefully, I didn't bore you to death. I think it was important to mention where it all began and how it was like basically 2 years ago, and why I'm doing this, but not only me, but also our team. What is motivating us? What is my passion? What is our passion? And I'm super excited about what the future brings. So stay awesome, guys. Enjoy your weekend, and I see you next week.